Ravens flock, Ravens Nation, flock nation, man. What's good with y'all? What's good? Today I'm gonna just speak on the luncheon Ravens had yesterday. Right, I really wasn't going to, just because I didn't take nothing from it. It really wasn't no newfound information. It wasn't nothing. How can I say? Of importance. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So that was just my mind and shit. But between some of my homies and having past conversations or having conversations about past videos that I done posted, not up close and personal conversations, just commenting and shit. I really just been chilling, right? So, my homie, Chosen Goat, sent me the stream for the luncheon as it was happening. Not that he had to, no shit. But I'm glad he did, because I didn't even know it was going on at the time that it was. I swear I hit the notification button for it, like for the show when it was going to happen. Maybe I didn't, but either way, man, he had to do the same, but I had to restart the video because real fast everybody was tripping off of, because I could see in the live comments, oh, that wasn't right, Ravens front office trash. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? So, you know, I'm just going to take it for what it is. I'm not looking at this from a Ravens fan perspective. I'm just looking at it just for what took place from what I seen. As a GM, right? Never mind recent situations. As a GM, right? I would assume people respect what you got to say. No different than if Ozzy was in office, right? Ozzy, I don't recall Ozzy having moments like that where he makes a point to say, hey, we're not going to talk about this right now. We going to focus on draft questions for right now. We're not going with no other actual player comments. You would assume the people that's there in media are going to respect that. But, you know, at this, I could understand it from both sides, because, you know, just as fans, we want answers. Front office, it's a crucial time right now as far as draft time, and whether people want to believe it or not. Obviously, given the fact that Lamar Jackson is playing for the Ravens currently, a lot of attention gets brought to us, and even without Lamar, a lot of times, to me, I felt like a lot of attention gets brought to us, or if not brought to us, and I don't mean in a good way, like, oh, Ravens gonna be in competition for, not like that, like a lot of attention, whether negative or for the wrong reasons, for lack of better words. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not against front office and trying to keep their business away from media, so to speak, because you see what they do with it. They take every little thing and blow it the fuck up, and that goes both ways. It could be good for the front office or bad for the front office. It could be good for players in there, or it could be bad for players in there. They already made, I ain't gonna say made, because, you know, EDC, he got his own words. He need to choose his words differently. But to me, and speaking on EDC, he didn't look sweaty and nervous how he normally do. He might look a little, you know, little stirred, but not shaken, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like, I don't know, just because the element that happened with Bateman and what's going on with Lamar, I think EDC is a little, I don't want to say testy, but like, you know, like I got a lot of shit on my plate, and the last thing I need is y'all trying to, bait me into a question, or you know what I'm saying? I don't got time for that shit today. And everybody deserves days like that. If you don't got time for shit today, and apparently EDC ain't had time for that shit. Now I don't think he was thinking that far ahead on kicking somebody out. I'm not sure who made that move, but to me, I did a little research, I did a little digging. Away from Nestor, Baltimore Positive, this ain't no shout out to them either, but away from them, it seems the dude is it Kevin Byrne? I forget who was. I just seen an article about somebody who was with the Ravens, and they was sitting there complaining, kind of how like Nestor do. Oh, they cast me out. They told me I can't come back. And yada yada. I'm not sure if it's privilege or if it's just real truth, sincere feelings or what. But like, y'all aren't the only people in the world to be blackballed by a fucking company. Like, what the fuck? Like, y'all want people to have so much empathy for y'all. Like, nigga, name the typical fan don't have access to buy PSL tickets. The typical fan don't got access to get into media rooms and shit like that. Now, granted, that's your quote-unquote profession, but at the same time, that's a fucking luxury. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, it's low-key somewhat a part of the job, but again, that's a luxury. So the fact that y'all was able to even get that close to front office and shit, there's nothing to bat an eye at. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just taking all that into account. And if the dude said we ain't taking no questions about Lamar, strictly questions on the draft, what the fuck you pissing him off for? Why even keep trying to pick at the shit? You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping. I've been told y'all, other than when Lamar tweeted, I'm not tripping off the Lamar contract situation. I got full faith, full belief that Lamar gonna stay a Raven. It's only right. Why put so much? Now, granted, if it was on some shit where he was like Deshaun Watson, and I'm gonna get into that too. If it was on some shit where he was like Deshaun Watson and he had allegations and all crazy, coming from Baltimore, whatever it could be, he was just trying to, like a change of scenery would be best. Then, I'll sit there and tell y'all probably right. Lamar probably going. It's best if he probably go. But that's not the case. He ain't did shit wrong. And even John came out and said that he's handling negotiations great. So there was no need to even talk about the Lamar situation right now. The Deshaun Watson thing, before I forget. And this ain't no shot to Lamar. Lamar's my homie. That's my dog. And shouts out to Channel 3. Shouts out to Proche and his brothers, man. But about Deshaun Watson, right? This ain't no shot at Lamar. I'm just stating facts right now. Lamar lost to Deshaun Watson in that college game. Now, I ain't saying Deshaun Watson is better than Lamar. You niggas on my nerves with that shit. Like, now, I ain't saying Deshaun Watson better than Lamar, but my whole reasoning in bringing this up is the fact that Watson was highly sought after, so to speak, after he won that bowl game. He was a top 10 pick in the draft the year he was drafted. Again, I'm not by any means saying Watson is better than Lamar. I don't even believe that. But I'm just going off of what the facts are. And being as though a top 10 drafted QB in the manner that Deshaun Watson was quote-unquote playing, you know what I'm saying? It was only right that a team was going to make a play for him. When you opposed to when you look at Lamar, he went last pick in the draft because Ravens traded up. They didn't want him in the top 10. They didn't want, no teams thought Lamar was that good. I'm sorry, yo. Y'all keep believing these fucking teams and shit, but they didn't care about Lamar at all. You know what I'm saying? No different than people didn't value T. Higgins as a top 10 wide receiver. Hence, that's why he fell to the second. You feel what I'm saying? Like, same difference. So, like, and as we see, T. Higgins was literally probably the best one in his draft class. Arguably, maybe. But I'm just pointing that out to say, like, that's the difference in why Deshaun got his contract. When initially, when I first caught wind of the Deshaun Watson deal and all that shit, my main thinking was, damn, like, oh, Lamar need to get $300 million. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking at the numbers. I'm not looking at cap space. I'm just strictly looking at Deshaun Watson number and saying Lamar is better than this nigga, yo. But you know what I'm saying? If this is the obstacle that Lamar has to endure for right now, then so be it, you know? I would still bet on myself. You'd have been betting on yourself this far. What would it hurt to keep going? You know what I'm saying? Either and 300, I said 300, 133 mil, if that's what they offer it, up front, that ain't pump money. But when you got money, you able to see things a lot more clear. You're not that desperate as you once may have been before. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not faulting Lamar on what he's trying to accomplish right now. I just wanted to put that out there as far as the difference between Watson and Lamar, why he got offers and why Lamar really don't like that. And again, people going to sit there and say, oh, well, we can see that they're going to, teams wait until after the draft, teams wait until after the draft. I mean, okay, say what you want, but I want to hear the excuses afterwards. But long story short, I don't fault front office for how they handled the situation with the reporter. It really wasn't a big deal for him to even ask something like that right now. You know, whatever. How can I explain this situation? If somebody tried to play me or check me or whatever the situation may have been for somebody to get me angry, if I don't respond or do something how I want to, due to whatever reasons, you know, the next person that I can do something to, or the next person that step out of line, best believe I'm gonna have some choice words. You know what I'm saying? Now again, I don't know who ultimately got the dude kicked out, but at the same time, if I sat there and told you I don't want to have him answer no questions, why you trying to, you know what I'm saying? You asking for trouble at that point. But moving along, I want to tackle this Anthony Richardson shit real fast. I ain't got no issue with Anthony Richardson, man. Shouts out to you, bro. I hope you get drafted, whatever the case may be. I have a big appreciation for all of my Florida Gator alumni players. Like, I fucks with the Gators. That's been my team, college team, for a long time. But yeah, that's been my team for a long time and shit. So like, I done seen a lot. I've seen a lot of players come from there. Anthony Richardson, for a QB, I've never seen a QB play 1 year. Not even, like, I don't even know, like, I don't even know where the fuck Anthony Richardson came from, bro. The last time I remember who was playing QB was, the last few QBs I remember was Felipe Franks, Jeff Driscoll, Kyle Trask, Emory Jones, Treon Harris. Like, those are the last few I remember. Where Anthony Richardson came from, I don't know. But I'm gonna say this: Ravens. Anybody from Ravens? If y'all listening and watching these videos on a sneak, I don't give a fuck. Listen to me. I don't give a fuck what's going on, whether Lamar situation. I don't care about that right now. Y'all better not draft no motherfucking Anthony Richardson, okay? I don't give a fuck, all right? I don't know where that shit came from. I don't know who is hyping this dude up. I don't know who thinks highly of him. But just because a nigga can sit there and do acrobatic shit in the fucking combine, that don't mean he nice. I'm sorry. And again, this ain't no shade towards Anthony Richardson, yo. But I'm not going to sit here and be on a wave of, oh, he's a top 10, top whatever QB. He's a first round QB. And I know damn well I've been watching way more college football, watching the Gators way more than any of these motherfuckers that be sitting there saying that shit. Like, there's no fucking way, yo. There's no fucking way. I've seen plenty of talented college QBs that are better than Anthony Richardson that never got drafted. I'm going to keep it 100. EJ Manuel was better than motherfucking, what the hell is his name? Anthony Richardson in college, yo. Come on, like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So, I don't even care about all that, but I know damn well EDC had to be throwing up a smoke screen. It only makes sense. Like, they barely, and this is how you know everything ain't always what it seems. They didn't even talk about Hollywood situation when Hollywood was about to get traded. Everybody should know that. They say I ain't saying nothing new. I ain't saying nothing. It's my own takes, nothing like that. Everybody should know they didn't discuss Hollywood being traded. They actually openly said, we're going to keep him. We're going to give him, I don't know if he said we're going to give him an extension. Whatever he said, it was still optimism for Hollywood staying. You know what I'm saying? Openly during this time last year. Was it last year? Or during the time when Hollywood got traded. You know what I'm saying? So why would they, if the fact that they didn't openly talk about Lamar's situation, you know what I'm saying? That should be something that's noted. A lot of people talking about Queen scrubbing his page. I don't give two flying fiddles about Queen, bro. I'm sorry. I fuck with Queen. If y'all go watch the videos, I was one of the biggest advocates for him. That he was coming along before Roquan came along. But, you know, just at this juncture, you know, I'm gonna be a Ravens fan regardless. So my thing is, he can scrub his page, he can do all that shit. But, you know, I don't think you're worth Roquan Smith type money, Queen. So, I mean, does it really matter? You know? EDC said he was pretty happy over the fact that they basically got Roquan Smith for a second round pick. I mean, I guess you could say that. I wasn't a big Roquan Smith fan. The year he came out the draft, I'm sure I was cool with him coming to the team. But ever since then, kind of left my mind. So the fact that we made a play and trade for him, I was kind of surprised. Prior to hearing the reports that it could happen, but still, nonetheless, I was surprised. Trying to think what else they was talking about. It really wasn't much to go in on. But I see, again, everybody latched on to the fact that they kicked somebody out. But I don't know if they wanted that to happen because, as somebody pointed out, John looked a little, I don't want to say spooked, but you could tell he wasn't in the moment of the meeting. He was really concerned with what was going on, what was being said. So I don't think that they would have done that themselves, But whoever is in Ravens PR, I don't know if it's the dude Chad Steele I read about, referring to the article from earlier I was telling y'all about. But apparently this Chad Steele dude, he from what I read, now it's three sides to a story, but from what I read on one side of it, this dude Chad Steele gets drunk off power, and seems like he could be the culprit of doing the media shit and handling PR, and why it's been so messy past couple years. I don't know how long Chad Steele's been here, but I definitely remember reading another article that spoke on a situation with Ray Rice and his wife Janae Rice, and how that was handled. You know what I'm saying? I find that interesting. If that is still tied to this dude, Chad Steele, sounds like to me he needs to go. And then I went to go try to look him up and shit. I was only able to see it on Instagram, and he got his page on private. I don't understand shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it gives me understanding that, like, he could have been a culprit. He could have been a culprit behind that. You know, but nonetheless, I'm not even gonna get into all that right now. Overall, personally, I don't fuck with John, but I'm ride with John on this one. You know, we're gonna keep moving on as if Lamar is here. We're gonna keep doing things as if Lamar is here. That's what the fuck I'd be doing. They saying that Lamar is holding up the process, X, Y, and Z. I don't believe so. Whether it looks that way, whether it is that way, I wouldn't look too much into that. Excuse me. My thing is, we need to build around him on the offensive side. I've been watching Ravens too long. I've been saying this too long. It's no point. It was no point in getting rid of Greg Roman. It was no point in getting rid of all John Harbaugh's friends if they knew or had any inclination Lamar was gone. It makes zero sense. Why change anything up if you don't have to? Meaning that you know the player that you had to change everything for doesn't want to be there. Why change everything up if he's gone? It's as simple as that. Now, when it comes to this whole draft process, though, I'm going to trust John and what he said, how he going to get Monken's input. I'm going to trust EDC and what they said about they're going to get Monken's input. Monken himself said, you just give me the guys and we'll make it work. I like that mentality. I like his thinking. I think we in for a major surprise this year. For me, a low-key surprise, but overall, I think we in for a major surprise this year. We gotta secure the wide receiver spot, and what I mean by that is making sure we got depth, making sure we got a veteran piece, making sure, and Nelson Aguilar is not the veteran piece. He can't be. I forget the channel page, but shouts out to him. I could not remember off the top of my head, but they pointed out that Nelson Aguilar and T. Martin have a relationship prior to the Ravens. Whether that was his old coach, I forget the exact words that he used, but it's a comment on one of my old videos. I think I pinned it, or one of my recent videos. But yeah, man. So I ain't throwing no shade at Aguilar like that. I'm not no Eagles fan, so I don't have that same issue with him as they do. But we definitely need veteran presence at the wide receiver spot. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if Duvernay gets traded during draft day. If he doesn't, cool. If it was up to me, I'm sorry, Bateman, you got to go. I'm trading Bateman for a draft pick, second round. I'll take a second round at this point. But yeah, man, I really want to see these young guys. Just as I did with the defense, it goes back and forth with me. Everybody dismissed the wide receivers that we had last year. Not seeing Bateman because obviously he was hurt. Everybody dismissed the wide receivers we had last year because they was like, oh, they had a second chance. They didn't do nothing with the opportunities they got. Blah 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 blah. But then when it comes to Lamar, right, they'll sit there and say, oh, well, Greg Roman sabotaging Lamar. Greg Roman sabotaging Lamar. Well, which is it? How the fuck is Greg Roman showing favoritism to wide receivers and not Lamar? How the fuck is he showing favoritism to Lamar and not the wide receivers? This nigga was fucking us up on both cylinders. Like I don't understand those arguments at all. Either one. If you want to acknowledge that Greg Roman was fucking with Lamar's bag and or playing time and whatnot on the field, then you gotta acknowledge he was doing the same to the wide receivers and shit. So let's see what Monken can do. I'm glad John reiterated that they want to see what the young guys can do, and I'm with them too, corners included. That's why I wouldn't even go for no fucking corner. I really hope they was blowing smoke up everybody's ass, but I wouldn't even go for no corner. Y'all drafted Jayla Armour-Davis. Y'all drafted Brandon Stevens. Y'all drafted Pepe. You feel what I'm saying? So make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Figure it the fuck out. But in the meantime, if we don't get nobody else, guess what? Shouts out to my homie Fred, man, because he just texted me. If we can't get nobody else in that second spot away from Humphrey, I'm going Peters again. I've been saying he should retire Raven. I don't know what the holdup is, but again, EDC, not again, I didn't mention it earlier, nothing, but EDC, I've said this before, said him and Peters' agent are pretty cool friends or something like that, and he said he knows him pretty well, so he didn't seem too down on Peters as if he was out. Guaranteed, like a Calais situation. And I'm not even tripping on Calais. Get your money, bro, but come on, Falcons, dog. But yeah, man, Ravens flock, Ravens Nation, man. Yeah, I just wanted to tap in with y'all. I just wanted to give y'all my viewpoint on the luncheon, the press conference. Like I said, I really didn't take much from it. I think it was just a smoke screen just because we got the draft coming up. They don't want to show their hand. They better not draft what the fuck, Anthony Richardson. He's not good. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I don't see it. Yeah, what's the other dude I was talking about? Chad Steele. Chad Steele apparently is the athletic trainer of PR. So I'm not sure what got to happen for him to go, but yeah, man. I still feel like we got to stay tuned, man. The best is yet to come. Draft is right around the corner, so that's all I'm focused on. That's all I'm waiting on. Ravens flock, Ravens Nation, man. Y'all holler at me. Hit me up in the comments. I'm going to definitely respond to y'all. I'll holler at y'all on the next one, man. Almost at 200 subs, man, which ain't shit, you know, compared to other channels and shit, but shit, it means something to me. So thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all commenting. I appreciate y'all subbing. If you ain't got none now, feel free to go get it. Get your merch from Channel 3. This ain't paid promo. This because I really fuck with their clothing and shit. Shouts out to my homie Fresh Life. Shouts out to my bro Abdi Hassan. Shouts out to my bro Fred, Chosen Goat. I'm trying to think who else I wanted to shout out, man. Dre, uh, Ro Wag, Raekwon, I'm trying to think. Who else, man? Matta BK. I didn't even tell y'all about that, man. I've been chopping up with Matta BK a while back and shit. Shouts out to him, man. Shouts out to the Nigerian Nightmares. He included on that too, man. I hope they all go off this year, man. But nonetheless, man, like I said, I'm going to holler at y'all in the next one. Y'all be safe out here. Y'all protect y'all energy, man. I'm out. Lamar, we waiting on you to put that purple jersey on for 2023. I know it's coming. He ain't say nothing to me. I don't got no inside track on Lamar, nothing like that. So I don't want y'all to assume nothing. But yeah, man, we gonna keep it going. Draft day on the way, 2023. Let's get it going. Ravens Flock, Ravens Nation, man. Y'all protect yourselves, man. Y'all protect your energy. I'm out, man.